Hello, this is Candyson here, and today's video is going to be a little bit different than most videos. So today's video, I'm going to be explaining what makes a loadout effective. So in Bloons TD Battles, you get 3 towers to choose from, which seems like you barely get any selection. And in the competitive scene, that may be true. You have dart farm, whatever. And at the highest level of play, a loadout like this generally breeds that sort of play style. However, if you're looking to have more fun with your loadouts, you can use this guide to generally create some more fun and also have loadouts that will still be effective. I go through this every single time I'm making a fun strat in my head, not really out loud, but if you see me on the Moto video, you'll notice in every single video where I do a fun strat, it will satisfy these conditions. So, the first thing is that you have to have a clear goal. And that seems very general to begin with, but do you want it to be late, mid, or early game centric? And that is a huge decision you need to make. Do you want it to be rushing focused? Do you want it to be defending focused? And all of these will relate to all the upcoming points I have to make about this. And not only do you have to think about what that goal is, but how do you accomplish that goal? So if you're going late game, you want to consider towers like Super Monkey, Balloon Chipper, Ninja. Towers that are more effective in the late game. If you're looking for a mid game, maybe a Dart Monkey, or a Ninja again. Towers that can function well in the mid game. And early game, towers like the Engineer, the Wizard, and the Boat. Just for some examples, obviously there's well more than that. Next you have to consider rushing and defending. If you're going rushing, you go farms. There's no question about that. You go farms if you want to focus on rushing. If you focus on defending, you have the option to choose your type of economy. And I'll go more into detail on that later in. So, the first thing that we have to focus on is, what's our balloon popping power? No matter what loadout you use, you have to have some sort of balloon popping power. How do you defend against eco balloons? How do you defend against AI balloons? How do you defend against general early game rushes? And some good towers for that are, for example, Juggernauts, Glaive Ricochets, and Cluster Bombs. Those are just a little bit of examples. Not all of them had camo detection, but if you want me to go real in depth, I could list every single one. You could have Lightning Wizard, you could have Laser Cannon, Hydro Rocket Pods. There's plenty of options out there. It's just the fact that you have to have something with balloon popping power. And this will defend against the AI, the balloon sends that they send, rushes like Yellow's round 8. How about Rigo Rainbow's round 13, Rigo Zebra's round 13? How about Ceramics round 15, or the Moab Children from a ZOMG on round 22? How are you able to deal with that? Next, what are you going to do for Moab popping power? Moab popping power is another super important thing. Do you choose Moab Maulers? Do you choose Balloon Chippers? Do you choose even tax sprayers? There are many options for Moab popping power. Again, I'm not going to be listing every single option, because there's countless ways that most any tower can have. Even Ice has Moab popping power if you want to get a bit creative. So having those two are the key just to survive. Now, if you want to get to the point where you can win, you have to not only be able to satisfy your balloon and Moab popping power, but now you have to be able to generate income. So, do you want to go farms? Do you want to go eco? Balloon eco? Do you want to go heli pilot income for all I care? Or sniper income? Cobras? There's a lot of different ways to go for economy. And that's not including engineer. I'm sure there's something I'm missing out there as well. But you just have to have something that can generate income. So, you need to be able to get money. If you're not investing early game, you are wasting your time and money. Next, and probably the last point I have here, is you have to be able to not only withstand pressure, so you have to be able to defend rushes, defend pressure, like, let's say they send greens round 6 in order to get you to hit the battle energy. You have to be able to defend it. If they send pinks round 4, you have to be able to defend that. Obviously, you can be greedy. You just have to be able to play with the pressure in that. This point is a lot more skill focused than any of the other ones above, but you have to be able to withstand whatever they send at you, and at the same time you have to be able to apply pressure. Some tower loadouts are perfectly fine, except for the fact that you can't apply pressure. And when you can't apply pressure, the opponent gets the free farm, and they can play how they want to play. When you want to win, you have to set the pace of the game yourself. And being able to do that with your tower loadout seems like it's not tower loadout, but more skill. But at the same time, your tower loadout has to be able to withstand pressure, and you need to be able to apply those towers in a way to where you can withstand the pressure as effective as possible and use your own pressure because you can stop their pressure. So, with that, that's my tower loadout guide. If y'all need me to go into any more detail on some of these points, just ask me below in the comments section. If you want a transcript, go look in the description, because for these scripted videos, I do have a transcript in the description. You just click on it, it brings you to Google Doc, and you have the entire commentary, or the points I'm making. So, with that, hope y'all enjoyed, and see y'all in the next one.